Welcome to LNP Renewable System Mediator. Today we are going to discuss some of the MEP basics part 5. If you have missed part 1 to 4, please subscribe to our channel. In our channel we had created a playlist MEP basics part 1 to 12 English, so that whatever thing that you have missed you can check into it. Okay. So in our discussions we might be using so many short forms, abbreviations and symbols, acronyms. So if you have any sort of doubt, kindly please refer to this part of the video. In all the videos we have provided this in detail. So what are the things that we are going to discuss in part 5? How a AHU looks, what will be inside this AHU, and what are the components that will be present inside a AHU, how a constant air volume unit looks like and how a constant air volume works, okay, and how a constant air volume unit with a reheat coil looks like and how a reheat coil works, how a variable air volume unit, that is VAV, it is installed at the branches and the duct of a air handling unit, how it works, how a FCU looks like and what will be inside the FCU. So as you can see, this is the air handling unit. Okay, this is the actual physical form. So when we draw it for our understanding, inside a air handling unit we have a damper for air inlet, and in order to filter the air which is entering inside we have a filters. If there occurs any sort of requirement to preheat them, we have a preheat coils, and for in order to cool down the air, and we are using the cooling coils also. And if there occurs any sort of heatings, hot heatings, for that we are having a heating coils also inside it. And most importantly we have a dehumidifiers if required, and most importantly we have a blow air fans. Okay, and at last with the help of a dampers through the supply or the return duct, through the supply duct we are sending the cool down air to the environment. So this is how basic air handling unit will be. This is the supply part of the air handling unit. Even the return side, okay, only we have a fans and the dampers, return dampers. So when we get into the air handling units components, so it will have a supply fresh air damper. Then in order to filter the fresh air we are having a filters. Okay, if there occurs any sort of requirement to cool down it, we are having a cooling coil, and in order to perform a heating we are having a heating coil. In order to do any sort of humidification we are having a humidifiers, and most importantly in order to supply the air to the building, okay, we are having a supply fan. Okay, and most importantly with the help of diffusers we are supplying the through the supply duct, with the help of diffusers we are supplying the air to the concerned room. And in the same way, in order to take away the unwanted air, okay, the exhaust air, we are having a return fan line, return fan duct, and through the help of the recirculation duct we are utilizing the energy efficiency. We are doing the energy efficiency process in the air handling units. So when we are going for a heating or a cooling system, most importantly heating coil plays important role for heating operation, and for the cooling operation, cooling system, cooling coil plays important role. Most importantly in the heating coil or a hot water system or a normal heaters, we will have a thyristors. We have a 3-stage, a single stage, 2-stage, like this. Different stages of thyristors or heaters are being used based on the requirement or based on the operation that we want to perform during the winter season. If you want, during the summer season, if you want to establish a cooling operation, normally in the cooling coil, on the return line of the cooling coil, we will have a valve actuators. With the help of those valve actuators, by controlling those valve actuators, we can able to perform the cooling of a particular system, particular air, and we can supply the cooled air to the building. Okay, and most importantly for the preheating operations, okay, preheating operation, because there is a possibility for the air to contain some sort of germs. So with the help of preheaters we can heat them and then we can cool it. Okay, and if you're going for dual duct air handling units, mostly it will have a filters, okay, on the entry side, and next to it will be the supply fan. With the help of the supply fan we will be through the cooling coil we used to perform the cooling operation, and the cooled one is sent inside the building. And if there occurs any sort of requirement for the heating coil will be used. Okay, and most importantly as you can see here, the mixing box will be there. So here in order to do the energy efficiency we are doing the mixing coils, and with the help of the diffusers we are sending the through the ducts we are sending the supply air to the concerned rooms. Okay, with the help of the exhaust fan we are sending the air to the external environment. So we are having a return fan. So this is how the fresh air is getting inside it and exhaust air is expelled outside. Okay, so when you can see the constant air volume units, okay, this is the outdoor air which is entering inside it, okay, and this is the recirculation duct. Okay, in the return air there occurs some coolings. We can utilize them with the help of the supply fan, with the help of the temperature thermostat. We are trying to maintain the particular temperature. So based on the temperature requirement, the cooling coil on the return line of the cooling coil, the valve actuators will be there. So those valve actuators will be opening and closing, so that in order to achieve the highest cooling we will try to lock them, so that the cool water flows slowly outside. So that when the water flows slowly outside, we can able to cool the air at a very fast rate. Okay, the same way if the required temperature is achieved, no need for the no need to return the cooling water inside the cooling coil for a long time. We can open the cooling coil. What will happen? It will go in the return line. The cooling water will be going outside. The same way for the constant air volume units, if there occurs any sort of preheat or reheat operations, we can go for the reheat coils. Inside the reheat coils we will have thyristors. So we have so many stages. So based on the requirement we can choose. So as you can see here, even in the air handling units we have a variable air volume boxes, because normally for conference halls and the auditoriums direct AHUs we will be using, but for individual rooms, okay, on the supply line of the air handling units AHUs, we will be installing the variable air volume unit boxes. Inside the variable air volume units we will have a controllers to control the dampers, okay, damper actuators, in order to control the flow, air flow inside that particular room. So this is how a handling unit works. As you can see here, we have a chillers, we have a supply line, we have a return line. Through the supply line we are supplying the cooling air inside the building. Through the return line we are taking away the hot air from there. Okay, if there occurs any sort of recirculation also, with the help of the opening the recirculation ducts, we can utilize the air which is going outside. Okay, we can do the energy efficiency process. As you can see here, these are the dampers which are being often installed on the damper actuators. Okay, so these are the dampers. This is how dampers looks like. So inside in order to make the open and closing of these dampers, we are using this damper actuators. And most importantly, as I told earlier, in order to control the cooling water on the return line, we are this is the valve, okay, chill water valve. Okay, in order to control these valves, so we have so many different types of valves, two-way valves, three-way valves, but based on the requirement, mostly we are going for two-way valves. Okay, type 1, type 2, like that, so many varieties are there. So based on your application we are choosing the type. Okay, mostly type 2 we will be using. In order to control this, we are using this chill water actuators. So these are the temperature sensors and humidity sensors and pressure switches which are often installed on the air handling units. So as you can see here, so air handling units will be at the plant room or it will be at the rooftop. Okay, fresh air with the help of the supply line we are supplying through the ducts, through the help of diffusers, through the air outlets we are, and most importantly, even with the help of the variable air volume units also we are supplying, okay, inside the concerned room, and through the return air grill we are taking away the exhaust air through the exhaust air lines. Okay, so these are the recommended maximum duct velocity ranges. So based if you are going for a fan outlet, this is the range. If you are going for a residences, for the public places, this is the range, duct velocity range that you need to use. In the same way for main ducts and branch ducts, filters, okay, cooling coils and heating coils, these are the duct velocity ranges. In this speed only the the air should go inside and come outside. Okay, as you can see, this is a typical VAV system. Before the invention of this smart devices, smart sensors, previously through the pneumatic systems, the entire controlling operation has been performed in a particular building, especially for the indoor air take, okay, for the heating operations, okay, and most importantly, in order to perform them through at a appropriate time with the help of analog clocks, all these things has been established. As you can see here, okay, we have a chill water supply, open and closing contacts, okay, and most importantly we have a supply fans also. In order to measure the temperature, we have a temperature sensors at the different places, okay. and with the help of the VAV box unit, we are supplying the air which is coming from the air handling unit to the concerned room, and with the help of a temperature sensor, we are trying, with the help of the set point which is being set in the temperature sensor, the entire temperature is being maintained in the particular building. These are the different varieties. One of the important type is double supply. As you can see here, we have 2 supply fans and 2 extract fans, and mostly on the fresh air side we have a temperature sensor and humidity sensor to measure the temperature and the humidity. And in order to control the valve, we have a valve actuators. In order to know the healthiness of the filters, we are having the differential pressure switches across it. And most importantly, on the supply side also, we are having a temperature sensor and humidity sensor to measure the temperature and the humidity, and we are also having flow transmitters to measure the actual flow inside the building, and also we are also having the PDITs, that is differential pressure transmitters, to measure the pressure inside the concerned supply duct. And also in the return line also we are having a pressure transmitters, flow transmitters, humidity sensors, humidity transmitters, and the temperature transmitters. And this is a single supply double extract type. So we have a single fan and a double fan extract fan. This is a double supply in single extract model, and this is a single supply in single extract model. So, and when you're going for a variable air volume units, mostly, okay, basically it will have a heating coils, that is a heaters. So it can be a 3-stage heater, 2-stage, based on the requirement you can choose, you can design. And most importantly, in order to control the air inside the particular room, we will have a damper actuators. We will also have a airflow sensors to measure the airflow, okay, and also we will have a controllers to control the damper actuators. And also in order to know the temperature, we are using the thermostats to measure the temperature based on the set point which is being set in the temperatures. We are controlling the actuators, okay. And also if there occurs any sort of requirement to switch on and off these thyristors or the heaters, we are using the contactors. So this is the VAV control box. As you can see here, we have a damper actuator, we have a controller to control the damper actuator as well as the contactors, most importantly. And these airflow sensors and the temperatures are given as an input to the controllers. So based on the temperature, it will take the decision, okay. And as you can see here, we have a reheat coils with the different stages also. So this is how actually inside a VAV box looks like. So based on different designers, the model might differ, but when you go for any sort of, these are the airflow sensors, these are the damper actuators, this is the VAV box. Inside that only the controllers will be there, okay. And thermostats normally will be mounted on the wall. Nowadays we are having a wireless thermostats also. So this is how a fan coiling units looks like, okay, as you can see. So for a fan coil unit, mostly on the return line, the valve actuators are getting installed with the help of a temperature. We are using it, and mostly fan coil units will operate at a modulating speed as well as fixed speed also. Modulating speed, it will have a 3-speed modulation, okay, for the fixed speed, and for the modulating speed we can control the fan speed with the help of the variable frequency drives also. So as you can see here, okay, with the help of our building management system controllers, we will monitor the temperature, we will monitor the run status, okay, we will monitor the on-off status, we will control, we will command with the help of output, okay, we will command the fan output also. We also have the modulating valve control also, and even if there occurs any sort of alarms also, we can trigger it out. Thank you so much. Please subscribe and press the bell icon. If you want to know more and learn more, you can contact us. We have brought the contact list here. We, LNP Renewable System Integrated, we are providing PLC programming training for Siemens, Allen Bradley and Delta PLCs. If you are really interested to work in GCC countries like Qatar, Oman, Saudi, Dubai, especially in the building management system, building automation control system, electrical technologies, and most importantly MEP basics, okay, mechanical, electrical, plumbings. If you want to know the basics, then you can contact us. We have brought the contact list here. And most importantly, if you want to establish a solar DC light system in a place where EB power is not available, so you can contact us. We are providing supports on the installation, okay, activities. And most importantly, okay, you might have an agriculture farms. If you want to install the instead of going for electrical fencing, if you want to protect your crops from the wild elements, instead of going for normal fencing, you can go for solar electrical fences. We are providing solar fencing as again. We are also providing solar on-grid, off-grid, hybrid applications, solar street lights, solar pump services, design, installation, testing and commissioning, consultancy and training supports, and most importantly for the If you want to know the access control system basics, electric vehicle technology basics, then you can contact us. We have put the contact list here. Thank you so much.